It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the New York Knicks. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Celtics in Boston. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're a franchise head. You can't just sit back and say, hey, we're going to accept this mediocrity.
No matter what your record is.
No question.
No, the season is a marathon, not a sprint. Lots
of ups, let me write that one down.
Just keep trusting yourself.
The season is a marathon,
not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
And then make sure you put Shaq-Stradamus.
Shaq-Stradamus.
Did you actually make that up?
Something that was already said many moons ago.
I've never heard that before.
You're acting like it's your original thought.
It is my original.
I've never heard that before.
It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Yeah, get away.
Who said that before? I've never heard that.
Oh,
I got one for you, Ernie.
What's that?
E equals MC tripled.
Ah.
I've never heard that either.
No, nobody has ever said that either.
Think about it, though.
I've thought about it all I want.
I did the math. It doesn't work.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. The Knicks happy to return to New York after the road trip. And, of course, the big news, DeAndre Jordan is out with an injury.
Yeah, and it's going to be a few weeks until they can get him back, but not as bad as it could have been. In the end, given the way it looked, boy, I tell you, when they had to help him off, he'll probably consider that to be good news.
Clark, tonight we're going to see two conference rivals go at it heading into this type of game, knowing that setup. What's your mentality?
Well, I think first and foremost, excitement. You're chomping at the bit to get after these guys because you're salivating about the opportunity to take down your rival. Nothing excites you more and gets the competitive juices going more than having a chance to take your rival down.
Absolutely, and it really reflects in terms of what that standing shows too. You win against your rival. It's like 2 wins instead of 1.
Yeah, it does. It carries a little extra weight.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Hollis, Jefferson, and Allen together down low. Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Free throw good, Vonleh. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Raptors. Russell passes to Allen. Back to Russell. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Like a ninja is Russell, sliding inside for the deuce. Eel-like, slippery, smooth, productive.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. He said the defensive key is to deny drives and big finishes at the rim. He added, that's where they're most effective getting to the cup. If we want to win, we need to shrink the gaps and try to bait them into taking contested jumpers. And Kevin, of course, the tiebreaker in this season series is at stake. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And here's Russell after Dennis Smith was able to get the 3. And D'Angelo Russell good for 3. Russell's got 5 points so far.
Excelling in the pick and roll back at the Ohio State University. Russell bringing that skill along with him to the NBA. That skill travels well.
Now here is Robinson. 8 points his last outing. Jumps up. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
Here's Smith. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Boston. Vonleh down low. Russell's there. Good. Nice play there from Vonleh.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here is Harris. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. The pass to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. Knicks with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yep, and that's not a winning performance. I mean, you got to tighten up the defense moving forward if you're going to get some W's.
And it's LeVert missing. Smith dishes to Robinson. Kicks it to Vonleh. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Smith. Up and in on the layup. Smith's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, Smith makes you pay when he gets inside. Despite not being that big, he's got a lot of game in the paint.
Russell against Smith. It's deflected. Here's Trier. From outside, off the mark. Nets trail by 3. And it's Harris off the drive. Allen finds Hollis Jefferson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness and the fearlessness there, Greg. I mean, very committed to getting the shot he wanted.
Here's Robinson. Allen with the rebound. Robinson passes to Vonleh. Yep, that one goes in there. Vonleh's got his third basket of the night. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Russell after the basket by Noah Vonleh. Oh, and here comes Smith all alone. Knox misses.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Well, Dennis Smith Jr., one of the scariest players to see coming at you down the lane, Clark. He can just wreck the rim.
Oh, big time, Kevin. Not only does he finish hard, he does so violently and with some anger attached to it. The kind of dunks where you're worried if defenders are going to get hurt trying to challenge him. This guy is explosive. No surprise he was in the dunk contest last season, and I don't think that's going to be his first invite.
And a new group in for the Nets. Williams, he's checked in for Allen. Davis comes in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Tamari Carroll's checked in for Harris. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Now here's Moutier. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long. Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Russell finds Williams. And no good. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Yeah, and they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Well, composure, execution, efficiency in a tight ball game is typically what's going to determine the winner.
Here's Dinwiddie following the score by New York. There's Russell with the 3, and the Nets another 3.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Ntilikina. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Hazonia kicks to Thomas. To the inside. Count it.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Nets trail by 3. Now Russell. 20 points for him last game against Toronto. The shot by Carroll, no good. Here's Thomas. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Russell feeling it out a bit. Williams with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Now here's Carroll. Hazonia defending. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Carroll does a nice job creating contact on the drive, in part because he gets the defender off balance.
And with the size and strength of Carroll, he can just push people around on defense.
Yeah, and one of the things he does so well is get up into you and make you uncomfortable. I mean, he's got good size and strength. He's not super fast, but he's quick enough to keep guys in front. And he's got the nice reach, which allows him to bother guys from a distance. So he's outstanding in using what he has to be disruptive on deep.
And that one misses.
You know, a rugged, experienced player. The shooting and defense Carroll provides, it's really what makes him so valuable.
Shabazz Napier's checked in for Russell. And he's good on the second. Clark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, and he rests in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer. But really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble. And he was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
You got to respect the speed in transition here. I mean, Neely Keenan knows how to get out ahead of the defense and create in the open floor.
And the Nets with possession here. The Knicks making the shot. On the wing, Williams, guarded by Robinson. Williams passes to Carroll. Goes back up. Williams' shot is off.
Yeah, good interior D there, prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And it's Hazonia with the foul. That's his first foul. And New York making a change here. Dotson's checked in. Nets trail by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
On defense, the Knicks. Davis up top. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Carroll.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. The Knicks 4th.
And they've really put an emphasis on offensive rebounding. And, guys, it's paying off. The second chance points are coming in bunches.
Free throw drops for Napier. And although the Nets have improved, Clark, they still have some areas that have traditionally given them some trouble.
Well, when you're a team that struggled to win consistently, there are a lot of holes and chinks in your armor. They only play okay defense and don't create a lot of turnovers. And the turnover game is usually in favor of the opponent with them. They have the talent to be a good defensive team. I think they just have to be a little more focused and intense at that end of the floor.
The Knicks have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. So he picks up just one from the line that time.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And no doubt that the fight was there, but no matter what they tried on that night, it just wasn't meant to be.
And over time, it looked like they were resigned to their fate. They kind of gave in. It's hard to come back when you get down like they were, and they just didn't seem to have enough fight to make a go of it.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Moutier. Averaging about 11 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now here's Carroll. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play, going to the line for one.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Well, we're getting into the grinded out part of the season, Clark. Should we expect rookies now, you think, to start feeling the length of the NBA season right about now?
You know, that varies from individual to individual. I know when I was a rookie, it happened for me probably after about the 40th game or so. And I just was flat. I was still putting up decent numbers, but I just felt flat, felt lethargic. And then all of a sudden, after a week and a half or so, it just kind of went away, and I finished that rookie season strong. So every rookie's different. Some rookies never hit the wall, Kevin, but most do in some form or fashion.
And teams are all on top of this, aren't they? I mean, they know there's a chance it's going to happen, so they prepare accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's rare when a rookie doesn't hit it, but for some it might be an extended wall. For others, it might be a short wall.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. For New York, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in.
One shot.
And that one misses. Nets trail by 13. Fires for 3. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Harris has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. New York's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Pass to Ntilikina. He kicks it to Moutier. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
Yeah, it wasn't his best performance at all from the stripe. He's got to put it behind him, and I know he'd like to immediate. Well, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the stripe.
That one is off.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Knox, he's checked in for the Knicks. Smith comes in for Ntilikina. The Nets also changing it up. Allen's checked in for Williams. And it's LeVert in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And the second free throw, good. Here's Napier. He's coming off a 19-point game against Toronto.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Noah Vonleh. The Nets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw drops for Napier. Trier, he's checked in for Moutier. And the Nets also making a change. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Ed Davis. That one is no good. New York leading by 10. Down low, Trier. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's LeVert. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
You know, Karis LeVert came into the league as a scoring wing, but has changed into a playmaker. I mean, he developed into a primary ball handler out of necessity, and it's a role he's thrived in. He attacks the defense and can finish at the rim himself or find teammates.
And the first one drops.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Smith. He's got 5. To the middle. It's stolen by Allen. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Good on the bucket. Hollis Jefferson's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And the way LeVert moves the ball, it's all about doing what's best for the team from his eyes.
Now here is Smith. Defense is right there. Passes it to Knox. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
The Nets have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
And you know their performance at the line. It's definitely dropped off. Not the trend they were looking for.
Now here is Smith. Pass to Vonleh. And so it's the New York Knicks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We come back right after this. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender. He spoke about his mindset.
Defense is 80% of will and 20% ability. So you try to stop the player in front of you and you try to deny him to score the basket. That's just the challenge, and that's what I love in this part of the game.
A young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Hollis, Jefferson, and Allen together down low. Napier is out there with LeVert, and it's Harris in at the 3. The Knicks leading by 9. Smith feeling it out a bit. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Napier dishes to Allen. Napier passes to LeVert. Back to Napier. Shot clock at 6. From 18 feet away, the Knicks pull it in. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Here's Knox. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Knox has got the lead up to 13 now for the Knicks.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Napier kicks to Allen. There's the pass to LeVert. No good on the 3.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And it's Smith penetrating. Pass to Trier. Back to Smith. Lets it go from deep. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Well, you got to get out on Smith from deep, Kevin. He's very good at stroking it from downtown.
Passes to LeVert. Smith against Harris. Kicks to Napier. From deep 3-point range. Offensive rebound, Nets. And then Allen slams it in.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one.
Boy, that sounded like Greg Anthony stealing a little bit of Kevin's thunder. I know this guy's hoping to rouse his teammates for sure with that one.
He is, and Greg sounded better saying it than I did. Russell, he's checked in for Brooklyn. The Knicks leading by 14. Pass to Knox. Dotson kicks to Vonleh. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Inside, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right, and it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. Both shots good from the stripe. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. And we see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
Here's Trier. 17 points for him last game against the Celtics in Boston. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. Well, in terms of rebounding over the last 10 games, these are the rookies that have been head and shoulders above the rest. And the Knicks with possession here. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter.
Excellent contest. And I'll tell you something else. I mean, Hollis Jefferson is just a lockdown defender. Doesn't get any plainer than that.
Count that one. Allen's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Trier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Allen. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And it's Davis with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 14-point game. Russell against Smith. Outside Russell. To the middle. Davis kicks to Dinwiddie. Clock is at 3. Over Moutier. And the Nets miss again. The Knicks leading by 14. To the inside. Hazanya. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 3 assists now in this one. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Hey, props to Dinwiddie there. I mean, Spencer, the closer he gets to the rim, the more dangerous he is.
Ntilikina kicks to Robinson. And the pass to Hazanya. He tries for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down 1 in the first.
And here are the Knicks now. They led by as many as 18 points. Smith against Russell. And there's the foul. It'll go on Ed Davis. That is his first foul of the game. Thomas checked in for New York. Over in the corner, Moutier to the paint. Here's Robinson. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Knicks lead by 14.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post. A lot of tough teams in this league, Kevin. Here's where New York sits right now.
And going back to their block shots, they're fearless, challenging shooters and contesting everything. You end up on a few posters, but I love that willingness to take a stand defensively.
And it's Davis missing. New York leading by 14. To the paint. Here's Robinson, and there's another one for the Knicks.
A smart, decisive pass inside there. He really made it easy for his teammate.
Here's Dinwiddie, and the basket is good. Dinwiddie's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first. And you know what? Last season was a bit of an awakening for Mario Hezonja. Written off by most, but he showed that he has a lot to offer. I thought he played fantastic basketball in the second half of the season.
And it's Hezonja with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Nets trail by 14. Outside Russell. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. And Carroll now atop the key. Over Hezonja.
Boy, Hezonja playing with real tenacity. I've got great respect for that kind of effort on defense.
Here's Thomas. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Thomas got 9. And Clark for Hezonja. He made the most of his chances.
Yeah, he's got a nice knack for scoring and being aggressive with the ball. I think it's a case of a player just being a late bloomer. It's clear Hezonja can put up points in the NBA. I think it's just a matter of time before his confidence grows and his production right along with it.
Here is Williams. The Knicks making the shot, and the shot goes in.
And you have to admire his focus. Not a good matchup for him in terms of size differential.
Yeah, and even with the defender hovering all over him, Greg, he would not be denied.
Now here's Moutier. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Dinwiddie. They trail by 16. Outside Williams. Here's Dinwiddie. Davis finds Russell. Shot clock at 6. Steps back and shoots. The offensive rebound, and Williams is right there.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants, and then gets his shot off in time.
And now, here's Hezonja. 12 points his last outing. The dish to Robinson. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And the Knicks making a change here. Cornette's checked in. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Shabazz Napier comes in for D'Angelo Russell. Williams dishes to Dinwiddie. Back to Williams. And there's the foul. It'll go on Frank Ntilikina. That's his first foul. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 6. Clock at 6. Pass to Napier. Puts up a 3. Moutier with the rebound. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Here's Ntilikina. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Musa. Hezonja defending. Musa passes to Dinwiddie. Trying to get open is Davis. Off the left rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
1:56 left here in the second. Here's Hezonja. Excellent D there from Williams.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
Here's Musa. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Over Thomas. Musa can't hit. The Knicks leading by 16. Hezonja kicks to Thomas. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Brooklyn's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4, and they get it back.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Nets have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. And he makes the first. And Williams drops them both. 1:11 left here in the second. Now here's Moutier. Napier covering, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And checking out some numbers for Allen. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. He's putting up 9 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Moutier kicks to Cornette. To the middle. Here's Hezonja. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Hezonja's got 4 this quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And they're running. Here's Ntilikina. LeVert grabs the miss.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
For Brooklyn, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Charity stripe shot, and the basket by Knox. Knox has got 6. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
Bad turnover, plain and simple. No other way to describe it. I mean, he just threw it out of bounds.
The deep 3 from Smith. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
And so it's the New York Knicks closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Big-time play throughout the first half from Dennis Smith. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game, and that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. I mean, without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. A fantastic game from Dennis Smith in this one.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yep, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Knox out there with Van. Then it's Smith. Then it's Robinson. And it's Trier in at the 2. That's the 5 for New York right now. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And the free throw, no good. And you know, Dennis Smith Jr. is a player who just is oozing with confidence when you see him play.
Yeah, I just love how Smith Jr. will attack every player he goes up against. Chris Paul, who Smith Jr. goes way back with, noticed how even as a rookie, he approaches every challenge head on. As a rookie, Smith Jr. was just jawing at the vets and dunking on everyone. He has the game to back up that personality.
Really putting on some kind of show here is D'Angelo. This is what everybody on that team wants to see more and more of from him.
Now here is Smith. Robinson kicks to Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And that's 17 points for Dennis Smith.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Russell against Smith. 6 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Harris, no good.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Smith kicks to Robinson. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's taken away by Smith. It's 2-on-1. Here's Knox, guarded by Harris. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Allen passes to LeVert, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. So far tonight, he's gone 4 of 6 at the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Whoop shots.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And here's Smith. He's got 17. To the paint. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Kevin can't leave anybody open around Smith. I mean, he finds them quickly. Love his court awareness.
Here's LeVert. Outside, Russell. Six to shoot. Deflects the pass. And now the Knicks on the break. Knox with the ball. Here's Trier. Inside, Vonleh. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. While we can, let's get a quick check of our 2K leaderboard for a glimpse at one of the NBA's most elite groups. The top three-point shooting wingman in the league. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
Free throw good, Vonleh. No good on the second free throw. And Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, one of the rare wing players, Clark, who can't really threaten from outside, but he makes up for it with his defense.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, this guy is unafraid of anybody. He's 6'7", he's athletic, he's strong, he's aggressive and smart. There's nobody he gets matched up with that he doesn't think he can lock up.
And Brooklyn has possession. Following the three-point attempt by Dennis Smith.
Boy, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. He's been dominant over the last month, averaging 23 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
Here's Trier. Over to the wing. Robinson finds Smith. Over Russell. And stolen by Russell. On the wing, Harris. From the baseline. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Trier passes to Smith. New York, no good that time either.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
They get it back. Allen left side. Goes back up. Unable to get that one. Some solid defense from Robinson. Here's Knox. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
First one falls for him. The Knicks making a switch here. Dotson's checked in. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Brooklyn. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Brooklyn has possession. Now Russell, 15 points in the game. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The mid-range game, and when guys have that, there's no question they can shoot, and this kid can shoot.
Smith kicks to Robinson. Passes it to Knox. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Sunday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And that game against the Pacers, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
That free throw, no good. Davis is checked in for LeVert. He hits the second from the line. Russell with it. He's got 17. The dish to Allen. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Hits it from three-point range. Dinwiddie's got 9.
Bit of an oversized playmaking guard allows Russell to see over and around defenders. Great look there.
Smith up top. He's guarded by Russell. Knocks the pass to Dotson. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. He's got 6.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Now, here is Russell. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And, you know, the offensive game is well-rounded and really good from Dinwiddie. I mean, you just want those shooting percentages to keep escalating.
Smith against Russell. Smith kicks to Dotson. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Knox misses.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
Now here's Allen. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. Here's Dinwiddie. Kept alive. Here's Davis. That's tipped. And another shot. Rebounded by Knox. The Knicks leading by 21. Here's Dotson. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Dotson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
And, Greg, you know, they're really controlling the pace and game right now. Rushing, pushing the break, and leaving the defense in its wake.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. You gotta like what Dennis Smith has done in this game.
Man, he continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
Allen Williams, he's checked in for the Nets. Shabazz Napier comes in for D'Angelo Russell. It's stolen by Moutier. Pass to Dotson. Puts it up from 15. The shot that time not on target. The Nets go the other way with it. That's tipped. Out to the right wing. Here's Dinwiddie. And he overshot that one, missing. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for New York. Hezonja on the wing. Kicks it to Ellenson.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. That free throw good from Ellenson. The Nets making a switch here. Dudley's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Moutier passes to Dotson. Out to the wing. Down low, stolen by Dudley. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's got 8. Lets a floater go. Now here's Moutier. Here's Hezonja. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Hezonja's got 9.
Well, you got to really get into Hazonia's airspace because he's looking to pull as soon as that ball hits his hands.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Frank Ntilikina. That's his third foul of the game. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Here's Davis. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Harris kicks to Dinwiddie. Got a piece of it. Shot clock at 6. From deep. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Moutier passes to Ntilikina. And now here's Hazonia. He's tightly guarded over Davis. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Nets trail by 21.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
Moutier, no good. Brooklyn's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
And with Hollis Jefferson in his defense, he's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
Here's Dinwiddie, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now.
And looking again at those second chance points, they might not be the best in that area, but it is still, I think, to their advantage in terms of the outcome of some games.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And even though Spencer Dinwiddie had a breakout year, he felt that his time was long overdue.
Yeah, and in between the injury in college and kind of being buried on the bench, he's had to overcome a lot and has always believed in himself. And he feels when matched up head-to-head with most guards, he's going to come out on top. Showed exactly why he believes in himself so much with that breakout season in 2018.
Well, I really like this kid in college at Colorado. An effective player is Spencer Dinwiddie. He really does it all. Scores, rebounds, passes, defends. Good all-around player.
Nets trail by 18. Puts it up. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. LeVert's got 11 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Moutier. He has 7. To end the drought. He takes it up and lays it in. Ntilikina's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And Ntilikina is skilled, really skilled at getting good position in the post. I mean, he uses his quick instincts and understanding of the positioning to score inside.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has, to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
Now, here's Moutier. And there's the foul. It'll go on Ed Davis. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The free throw good from Moutier. Allen's checked in for Dinwiddie. Both free throws good from Moutier. 1:09 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Here's LeVert. He's got 11. Allen right side. That one good for 2. He has 6.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Now here's Vonleh. 12 points for him. And there's the foul. Will go on Shabazz Napier. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The first free throw is good.
Boy, Hazonia, gotta love him. I mean, he's a fantastic 2 guard with great size.
Allen's checked in for Emmanuel Mudiay. He's off on the second. Nets trail by 16. Free throw drops for Napier. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for New York. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. New York leading by 14. 30 seconds left in the third. In transition, here come the Nets. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And he knocks down the first one. The Nets making a switch here. Russell's checked in. That misses, so he splits the free throws. New York's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And here's Smith. He's got 17. Clock at 6. The shot from 20 feet away will not go. This is off the front iron. And so it's the New York Knicks looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 13. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Harris. Napier is out there with Russell. Then there's Allen. And it's LeVert in at the 3, the small forward.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Now here's Vonleh, defended by Allen. The shot's good from Smith.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool to watch this guy be in this kind of a zone. Dennis Smith, amazing at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
Now here's Napier, and there's the pass to Harris. Outside Russell. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Here's Knox. It's hauled in by Harris. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Ntilikina. To the paint and stolen by Harris. To the middle. And Allen slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Knox. 5 on the clock. Smith. Nice shot from the wing. Smith's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And I tell you what, if the defender is not on Smith before the pass, it's too late because he's always ready to fire and he burns you.
Now here's Napier. Here's Harris. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 4 assists now tonight.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kickout's the only choice.
Passes it to Trier. Here's Vonleh. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Free throw good. Vonleh. The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in, and the Nets also making a change. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. And both free throws good for Vonleh. Here's Russell. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
Yeah, loitering above the rim. Hollis Jefferson with athleticism to burn.
The Knicks leading by 11. Smith with it. He's picked up by Russell. And Vonleh has it in the corner. Down low. Here's Robinson. That one is off. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Now Russell on the wing. Harris had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team. And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Knox. Vonleh, the pass to Robinson. Good. And the Knicks lead by 11.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
Pass to LeVert. And Harris wide open. He shoots, sinks the three-pointer.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
New York leading by 8. Robinson up top. Smith outside from downtown. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Robinson's got 4 assists in the game.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Harris finds Russell. Out to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Vonleh's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
One of the things that makes Smith so good is he recognizes where his guys like to shoot from and feeds them right there.
Nets trail by 13. Russell left side. Pass to Robinson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And the first one at the line is good. Robinson hits them both. Brooklyn with the ball. 15-point game. LeVert the pass to Allen. Outside Russell. Pass to LeVert. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one, guys.
All right, thank you, David.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
And they may want to work on getting more high percentage shots. They have the lead, but the three-point shots haven't been falling for them like they were in the first half.
Here's LeVert. Pass to Hollis Jefferson.
Come get it, come get it.
Nets passing it around. Here's Allen. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Nets trail by 16. There's Russell with the three. Vonleh with the rebound.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
Robinson finds Smith, and stolen by Russell. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Emmanuel Moutier's checked in for Smith. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's LeVert. Back to Allen. 5 on the clock. To the left side wing. And the basket by Knox.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 18. Pass to LeVert. 13 feet away. And that one off the back of the rim and in. LeVert's got 9 points here in the second half. Moutier looking around to the wing on the left. Here's Knox. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Harris outside. Puts it up. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Vonleh's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Moutier. Nice D from Russell. Nets trail by 16. Here's Harris. That's tipped. They retain possession. And it's Russell missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Now here's Moutier. He's guarded by Russell. Passes it to Trier. Pass to Knox. From deep. The rebound by the Nets.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Here's Trier. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for New York. Nets trail by 14. Kicks to Allen. Robinson with the block. They get it back. For New York, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. And off target that time from Trier.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Russell left side. Plenty of space. And yes, it's good. Russell's got 21.
Wow, that's real nice. I mean, D'Angelo really sets before he gets into a shot. Good use of pace there.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
And with his game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Here's Smith. Here's Trier. Hezonja on the wing. Buries the 20-footer. And the Knicks lead by 14.
Hezonja shooting the ball is a thing of beauty to watch, using that quick release quite well.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Smith against Russell. Lays it up off the glass. Russell's got 6 in the quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
He dishes it to Allen. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
And here are the Knicks now, following the bucket by the Nets. There's the pass to Hezonja. Lock at 6. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Now, here is Russell. Three-pointer. Drains it from beyond the arc. Russell's got it back down to single digits for the Nets.
Great awareness. Shot clock ticking down. D'Angelo to the rescue.
Here's Knox. Excellent D there from Allen.
Kevin, I like the defense there. I mean, they didn't make that easy, and he definitely seemed intimidated by the defenders.
And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Knox. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Knicks.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And they put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
You know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means so much.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Dennis Smith.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 11-point game. Here's Trier. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
Here's LeVert. It's off. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.